Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Code with Surya Official. In this video, we are going to build a stunning responsive Parallax website using HTML, Materialize CSS and JavaScript. We have a beautiful navigation bar at the top of the website. On the left hand side, you will find an awesome logo and the right hand side, we have a beautiful menu items. By default, the home menu is active and when you hover over the menu items, you will notice a stylish hover effect. Below the navbar, we have a beautiful hero section with a smooth parallax effect. Next section will be our features section, where we have a beautiful cards which contains a beautiful image, title and description. If I click this button, then you can see this beautiful hover effect. Next to the card, we have a beautiful parallax section with a contact us for user interaction. A footer section at the bottom with important links and social media icons. This site is fully responsive. I will show you in the mobile screen. So this is the mobile version of our website. So if you can see here, if I click this hamburger menu from the menu bar, then you can see this sidebar. If I click outside, then our sidebar is gone. So if I come down, you can see the responsiveness. Our card is looking nice and you can see this parallax effect. And we have this beautiful footer section in the bottom of the screen. This is the awesome project that we are going to build today. If you are new to this channel, then please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you are ready, then let's get started. Now I am in the Visual Studio Code Editor. I already created a folder, name is Parallax site. Inside this folder, we have a images subfolder which contains some image file. So let's create our HTML file. And our HTML file name is index.html. To create this HTML boilerplate, need to write exclamation mark plus enter. So you can see our HTML boilerplate has been generated. So in this project, we are going to use Materialize CSS. So let's check for the documentation. So let's search for the Materialize CSS. So let's click this link. So this is the official documentation for Materialize CSS. So let's click this getting started. And from here, if I come down, so you can see the CDN. So we have two links, compiled and minified CSS and compiled and minified JavaScript. So let's copy these two links and let's go back to the Visual Studio Code Editor, and after this title tag, need to paste it here. After that, I need to change this title to Parallax website. So let's check for the Materialize CSS. So for that, I need to create a h1 tag and the text is hello world. And the class is till text. So save it, and to run this HTML file, need to click this go live button from this Visual Studio Code Editor. So you can see hello world text is showing in the screen and also the Materialize class is applied in the text. Okay, so let's go back to the Visual Studio Code Editor and let's remove this h1 tag and let's write our HTML code. Okay, so first need to create a nav tag. So I need to write nav, press enter, so it will generate this nav tag. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So you can see our nav bar is ready. Okay, so it will display this default nav bar. So let's create our logo in the left hand side and menu items for the right hand side. Okay, so after this nav tag, need to create a image tag and the src is dot slash images slash car logo dot png and the alternate text also logo. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see our logo image is showing in the screen, but this is too big, so need to change its width and height. So for that, need to create a style tag here and the width is 120 pixel. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see now the image is fixed. So let's create our menu items for the right hand side. So for that, so after this image tag, need to create a UL tag and inside this UL tag we have a li tag, but we need a 4 li, so li into 4, and inside this li tag we have a anchor tag. Press enter, so it will generate this HTML code. So the first menu item is home, features, explore more, and the last one is contact. So save it and check it in the browser. So it will not showing any menu items here. So for that need to create a class in the UL tag, and the class name is right. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see now our menu items is showing in the right hand side. And if I hover this menu, then you can see the hover effect. But I need to put the active for the home menu. So for that, in the li tag for the home menu, create a class and need to write active here. So save it and check it. So you can see by default our home menu is active. So if I hover the others, you can see this looks fine. But I need to put some gap from left hand side and right hand side for this navbar. So for that, I need to create a div and the class name is container. So press enter. So I need to wrap this div for this image and UL tag. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see we have a gap from the left hand side and right hand side. So this looks fine. So our navbar is ready for the desktop screen. So let's check for the mobile screen. So if I change its width, our menu items are coming. Okay, but I don't want to show the menu items for the mobile screen. Okay, so for that, after this write, need to write a Materialize CSS class. So the class name is height dash on, medium and down. Okay, that means you can see in the desktop screen the menu items is coming in the right hand side, but when I come to tablet or mobile screen it should not be visible. Okay, so this looks great, but instead of that menu items I want to show a hamburger menu in the right hand side for the mobile screen. So for that, go back to the Visual Studio Code editor, and after this image tag need to create a anchor tag, and data target is data dash target equal to mobile dash name, and the class name is side name dash trigger. Inside this anchor tag we need to create a I tag here, and the class name is material dash icons. Okay, and the text is menu. So if I save it and check it in the browser, so you can see here the text menu is showing in the navbar, but instead of this text I need to show the hamburger menu. So for that, again we need to go back to the official documentation for this Materialize CSS, and if I come down, so you can see here we have this HTML setup, and there we have a link tag. We have to copy this link tag and go back to the Visual Studio Code editor, and after this link we need to paste it here. Okay, so save it and go back to the browser and check it. So if I change its size to mobile screen, so you can see here the hamburger menu is coming. Okay, so if I change its width to desktop screen, so you can see here in the right hand side menu items is coming, but if I change to mobile screen, hamburger menu is coming, but I need to show this hamburger menu in the right hand side. Okay, so for that I have to create a CSS file, and the CSS file name is style.css. So before writing the CSS code, I need to link it from the HTML file. So after this link tag, I need to write link colon CSS, press enter. So you can see the CSS file is linked. Okay, so let's go back to the style.css, and here I need to create a media query at the rate media only screen if max width is if the max width is 992 pixel, then need to create a class, and the class name is name dash wrapper, the CSS for this, so display flex, justify content center, and align item center. Save it and let's copy this class and go back to the HTML file, and here after this container we need to create this class here. Okay, so let's wrap up this div inside this image and UL tag. So save it and check it in the browser. Okay, so I did a mistake. So the justify content is not center, it is a space between. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So you can see our logo is coming in the left hand side and our hamburger menu is coming in the right hand side. So this looks great. But if I click this hamburger menu, then the sidebar will appear in the screen. Okay, so for that again go back to the HTML file, and here I need to create a menu items for the mobile screen. So let's copy this UL tag, and after this navbar I need to paste it here. Okay, so instead of this hide on menu medium and down, I need to remove this class, and instead of this I have to create a class, and the class name is side name. So save it and check it in the browser. So if I click, sidebar is not appearing. So for that I need to create a JavaScript file here. JS file name is script.js. Okay, so before writing the JS code, need to link it from here. So for that, after this script tag, I need to create another script tag. Script src is dot slash script.js. So let's create a ID for this sidebar. So here in the UL tag, I need to create a ID here, and the ID is mobile dash name, because you can see here data target or data dash target and the ID name should be same. Okay, so let's write the JS code. So for that I need to create a event listener here. So document dot add event listener. Event listener is DOM content loaded, and here need to create a function. It is an anonymous function, and I need to write document dot query selector all, and from there I need to go to this HTML file, and we have this side name. Okay, so let's copy this one and paste it here. It is a class, so dot side name. So let's create a variable, and the variable name is elements. After that I need to create a instance for this Materialize CSS. So m dot side name dot init, and I need to pass this element to here. So save it and check it in the browser. So if I click this hamburger menu, so you can see we have this sidebar. Okay, so the hover effect also working fine. Okay, and if I click outside this navbar, so it is gone. Okay, again if I click, again it is coming. If I click outside, again it is gone. So this looks fine. So our menu bar also working fine. So let's create our hero section. So for that I need to go to the HTML file, and here after this UL tag I have to create a div, and the class name is Parallax container, and inside this div I need to create another div, and the class name is Parallax, and inside this div we need to create a image tag, and the source is dot slash images slash one dot jpeg, and the alternate text is home car. And after this image tag we need to create another div, and inside this div need to create a h1 tag, and the text is welcome to our Parallax website. So after this title need to create a button here. So for that need to write anchor tag here. So the text is learn more. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see this is our image. If you can observe here, our title and button is not showing. Okay, so for that I need to create a class here, and the class is center align, and the text color should be white color. So white text, and we need to create a custom CSS class, and the class name is Parallax text. Okay, so copy this class and go back to the style.css, and here I need to write position is absolute, top is 50%, left also 50%, and transform translate minus 50%, comma minus 50%. Save it and check it in the browser. So you can see our title and this button is showing here. So this button is not looking good. So need to put some CSS for this button. So for that, go back to the HTML file, and here after this href need to create a class button is large. So btn dash large. So save it and check it. So you can see our button is showing here, but I don't want to show this teal color. Instead of this teal color, I need to show this color. So for that, has FF8A80, and it is red, accent is 1. Save it and check it. Now you can see this looks fine. You can see our button color and navbar color is same color. Okay, so this looks great, but our image is not fixed, so we need to check for this image. So here I did a typo, so it is parallax ax, and here also. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see our image is not showing. Okay, this is fine. So I need to show the image first. So for that, again I need to go back to the script.js file, and here I need to write the JS code for this parallax. So document dot query selector all, and here I need to write this class parallax dot parallax, and I need to create a variable here, and the variable name is elements elements 1. Okay, and after that again I need to write m dot parallax dot init, and inside I need to pass the element 1. So save it and check it in the browser. So now you can see our image is showing here. So this is our parallax image. So this looks fine. So after that we need to create our features section. Okay, so for that I need to go back to the HTML file. After this div I need to create a features section. So for that I need to create a div, and the class name is container, and inside this div I need to create a title here inside this h2 tag, and the title is our features. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So you can see here this is our text. Okay, so I need to put this text in the center of the screen. So for that need to create a class and need to write center. Save it and check it. Now this looks great. So I need to create a 3 card below this features title. Okay, so for that after this h2 tag I need to create a div, and the class is row, and below this div I need to create a call. In the mobile screen it is s12, the screen size is 12, and for the medium screen it is 4. Press enter, so it will generate this class. Below this I need to create a card, so dot card. Inside this again I need to create a div, and the class name is card dash image, and here need to create an image tag, and the src is dot slash images slash 2 dot jpeg. Okay, so let's check. So you can see this is our card image. So after this div, we need to create another div, and here it is card content. Okay, and inside this need to create a spend tag, and the text is speed and performance. Okay, and the class is card title, and it is in the center. So save it and check it. So you can see here it will show speed and performance. It is in the center. So below that we need to show some description here. So for that need to create a p tag, and it is lorem 20. So save it and check it in the browser. This is our card. So this looks fine, but here I need to put a plus button. Okay, so for that I need to go back to the card image div, and after this image I need to create a anchor tag. We need to create a class, and the class name is button dash floating. If I save it and check it, so you can see here it is showing this button. Okay, so I need to put this button to here in the right hand side. So for that I have to write halfway fab. Okay, so and inside this anchor tag we need to create a I tag, and here the class is material icons, and I need to show the plus icon. So I need to write here add. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see this looks fine, but I need to show this color instead of this teal color. Okay, so for that again I need to write this class here. So has ff8880 and red ascent 1. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see this looks fine. But if I click this button, I need to show some effect here. Okay, so for that I need to write wave effect, wave effect, wave light. So if I click this button, then you can see it will go to the top. What I have to do is I need to remove this href from here. So save it and check it. So if I come back and if I click this button, then you can see this wave effect. This looks great. Okay, so let's create our other two cards. So for that I already copied the code and paste it here for the other two cards. I'll show you. So this is the first one and this is the second one. Here the image is 3, and we have some title and description, and here image is 4 and need to show some title and description. So save it and check it in the browser. So this looks fine. So we have these 3 cards. So if you can notice here, this images is not looking good. So for that I need to create a class for this image. So here the class name is img size. Okay, so let's copy this class and go back to the style.css, and after that need to create here. So height is 200 and object feet is cover. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see now this looks fine. If you can notice here, you can see the parallax effect for this hero section. So let's create for this parallax section second. Okay, so here I need to create a div and the class name is parallax container. And here again need to create another div and the class name is parallax. And inside this div I need to create a image tag, and the src is dot slash images slash 5 dot jpeg, and it is parallax section 2. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So if you can see here our parallax image is showing here. Okay, so this area is too big, so I need to change its height and width. So for that we have this parallax container. So copy this one and go back to the style.css file, and here I need to change this height here. So the height is 400 pixel. So save it and check it in the browser. So now you can see this looks fine. We can easily see. So after that we need to create this explore more section. So for that, after this div we need to write a comment for the explore more, and below this comment we need to create a div and the class name is container, and inside this div we need to show the title inside this h2 tag, and the title is explore more, and the class is, it is a header and it is in the center position, and below this h2 tag we have some text. So need to create a p tag, and the text is, I need to paste it here. So save it and check it in the browser. So if I come down, so you can see here, this is the text, explore more. Okay, and you can see this parallax effect. So this description is not in the center position, so need to write here class flow text, and it is in the center position. Okay, so save it and check it. So you can see here this text is showing in that center. Okay, so this explore more is working fine, and below this explore more we need to put another parallax. So for that, after this div I need to create another div, and the class name is parallax container, and here need to create another div and the class name is parallax, and inside this I need to create a image tag and dot slash images slash 6.jpg, and the alternate text is parallax 6. Okay, something like that. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see we have this image. Okay, you can see this parallax, this looks fine. But here in this explore mode title we need to put some padding for this top and bottom. So for that I need to create a section tag for here, section, and I need to wrap up this section for this div. Okay, and here I need to create a CSS for this one. So after this parallax container section, and padding is 60 from top and bottom and 0 from left and right. So save it and check it in the browser. So now this looks fine. So you can see this effect. This looks absolutely awesome. And if you can notice here, so after this explore more we have this contact section. So let's target for this contact section. Okay, so again I need to go back to the HTML file, and after this div we need to copy this section tag from here, and let's write a comment, and the comment is contact, and below this comment I need to paste this code, and instead of this explore mode need to write contact, and this description will be this text. Feel free to reach out for any question and queries. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see this looks fine. So this is the contact section, and below this contact section the last one is footer section. Okay, so for that again go back to the VS Code, and after this section tag we need to write a comment for footer, and below this footer comment we need to create a footer tag, and here the class name is page footer, and below this footer tag need to create a div and the class name is container, and below this div we need to create a row, and after that need to create a column, and for the mobile screen it is, and for the bigger screen or the larger screen L6, and for the mobile screen S12. Okay, so in the bigger screen it is half of the screen, and for the mobile screen, full of the screen. And below this div we need to create an image tag to show our car logo. Okay, so dot slash images slash car logo dot png, and it is the logo file. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So if you can notice here in the below we have this image. Okay, we have this car logo. So I need to put some style for this. So for that, style width is 390 pixel. So save it and check it in the browser. So this looks fine, this image is looking fine. So we have a three column. First column is logo, second one is setting, and the third one is social media. Okay, so for that, this is the first column, and now we need to create the second column. So dot column, and for the larger screen it is 3, and for the smaller screen it is 12. And here we need to write a title inside this h5 tag, and the title is settings, and the class name is white text. And after that we need to show the settings here. So I copied the text and paste it here. So this is our UL tag. So this is our links. Okay, we have this privacy policy, terms of service, account settings, and help. So save it and check it in the browser. So if I come down in the footer tag, it is showing settings. Inside the settings, we have a privacy policy, terms of service, account, help. Okay, so this is the second column, and the last column should be social media column. Okay, so for that, again we need to create a div. Class name is column. Here also in the larger screen L is 3, and in the smaller screen S 12. Okay, and here again we need to create the h5 tag, and the text is connect. I copied the code and paste it here, and I'll show you. Okay, so here this is the li tag. Inside this li we have this anchor tag, and here we have this material icon. If I write here email, then it will show the email icon. If it is a Facebook, if I am writing here Facebook, then it will show the Facebook icon. So if I save it and check it in the browser, I'll show you in the UI. So here you can see we have this email, Facebook, and share icon. So instead of this column, I want to display in a row. So for that, we have a class, and the class name is flex test box. So copy this one and go back to the style.css. After this section tag, we need to paste it here, and here display is flex. So save it and check it in the browser. So this looks fine, but you can see here these icons are very close to each other. So I need to put some gap here. So for that, justify content is space between, and I need to put some width here. So width is 100 pixel. So save it and check it in the browser. You can see here this looks fine. Our footer section also completed. So I'll show you in the whole project from the top. So you can see this is the parallax effect. So if I come down, so you can see here this looks absolutely awesome. Okay, I will show you in the mobile screen also. And if I click this hamburger menu, then you can see this looks fine. Our sidebar also looking good. And you can see this beautiful card also. And here is the parallax effect. And this is the footer section. Okay, so this is all about this video. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really motivates me. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Code with Surya Official. Till then, keep smiling and happy coding. See you in the next video.